Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you number 10 in my new series of questions regarding the HARKLES. Well, after all the shock and horror at the alleged blurred photo of Meghan, I've been told since that a picture cannot really successfully be blurred or be unblurred, and that quite often what is done is that things can be added to it as to the way that the software thinks the picture should look. So that picture, that photo, could very well be just the software's interpretation of what those two people, that mother and child, should look like, not who they actually are. Still, it was quite a shock for many of us. And for many of us, it was also quite entertaining. I've been told now that the person who released the photo is a friend of Harry and Meghan's, who apparently owns a hotel where they were allegedly staying and has had meetings with them in the past, where they all shared about how they wanted to help the world and what great humanitarians they were. And apparently he was told to release those photos of Meghan and her alleged daughter. The man's name is apparently Rick Caruso, and he owns Rosewood Miramar Hotel. He is apparently connected to the Runyon Group, which is a large estate development company who have recently bought Las Aves, Ave business complex in Montecito. And interestingly, the last two catwalks that Harry and Meghan did were in the car park of that business complex. This guy has managed to get that video footage spread so far, so it's really good advertising for him. So many have seen it, but for what? Because it's actually made a mockery of them all. They have no brand, Harry and Meghan. The brand has become a circus. The recent talk of Meghan becoming the star of a second Bodyguard film with Kevin Costner has obviously been put out because their brand has failed, along with all the deals. I made a video 3 years ago about Meghan being the next star in the Bodyguard film, and I'll put a link to it here in the description. I was talking about it then and how it was Meghan's desperation to follow in the footsteps of Princess Diana, because Kevin Costner had actually wanted Diana to star in the film before she died, and they had had meetings about it, and it seemed that she had been really up for that film, and it had been talked about. I don't remember the details, but it's all in my old video from 3 years ago. Meghan desperately wanted that role, and I remember thinking back then that she had no chance of getting that. But now I don't know what's possible anymore, especially when they have people acting the parts for them. After watching these two old men stumbling around on the world stage, and I'm talking now about King Charles and Biden, I think anything is possible. And as far as Meghan remotely substituting Whitney Houston, or even replacing Princess Diana in that role, it's madness. So why is this coming up now? Obviously, because everything else is failing. They've got to stay in the headlines, whether it's really, really bad, whether it's an absolute joke, which it has been lately, and whether it's positive, which it very rarely is. The picture that I posted in the last video has caused such an uproar, and I must admit some of your comments were absolutely hilarious. I was literally crying with laughter, so thank you for that. One comment was, "I bet William and Catherine are dying with laughter." And these comments were on my community page in response to the photo that I put, which was a much clearer photo of allegedly Meghan's face, and it shocked so many of you. So if you go to my community page, you go to the YouTube main page, and I think you find the community page by clicking on one of the links. One comment was, "I bet William and Catherine are dying with laughter." Another comment was, "I need a shower with this effed up, weird, creepy fiasco." Exactly. Another comment, "To be honest, I think this is hilarious, and it actually made me like them a smidge for entertaining me." As I said, the software which is said to unblur a photo actually puts stuff in that isn't there. So it's very likely that it was guesswork on the part of the software as to how Meghan would look. So how Meghan looked under the blurriness. So bear that in mind. But it was absolutely hilarious to see. Another comment on my community page. When I saw this photo, I felt really scared. It creeped me out as I didn't believe evil like this existed. And this comment is very true. And I quote, "Well, to be honest, I have used apps claiming to clear up photos, and they have changed the features, especially on very blurred photos. So it depends on what kind of software was used and how accurate this appears. Yes, I agree with this, and I think that software made a bit of a mistake with this photo. However, I still believe that it's not Meghan. It might not be that crazy looking guy in the photo, but it definitely is not Meghan." Another comment is, and I quote, "The real question, the elephant in the room, if you will, is why does the royal family continue to go along with the lies? And don't give me the dignified silence crap. There is nothing dignified about allowing a couple of grifters to perpetuate fraud on the public who you're supposed to be transparent with if you want the monarchy to survive. I'm sorry, but at this point, after all this time, the royal family is just as guilty as Harry and Meghan. They're partners in crime. More pressure needs to be put on the king to come out with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Or let's just abolish the monarchy, because at this point it's becoming obscenely expensive, an embarrassing comedy show." Well, my response to that is, yes, that is the elephant in the room, and they are not in a position to come out with the truth, because there is a much bigger truth coming out, which involves them. So that's all I can say right now. And we just have to continue to see how mad this Harry and Meghan show will get. So thanks for your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.